Yep, just dropped the client off at Voc Rehab. Didn't drop him off, but accompanied him here. And while pulling up, man, I had a little memory from several years ago. That the whole purpose of me doing this video. So while pulling up out here at Barbada Drive, bringing a client to Voc Rehab for his appointment. That's what we do as community health workers. Just remember, it's about bridging the gaps to the resources, making sure those resources get utilized by our people. But brought him out here to his appointment, and then I had a flashback, y'all. Cause see, I used to have to come down here to this spot over here. I'm getting close to it. I'm just walking a little bit. Is it still the same? It might not be the same place no more. It's like the IRS, that say RSI. I don't know, that might not be the same, but y'all see it. So when I had got out of prison, what I didn't know, since I had a drug charge, I had to pay drug tax. And see, a lot of people don't know about this. And this is one of the things that we make sure we let our returning citizens know whenever they get out, to get once they, not like a scare tactic, but just letting them know to have it on their radar if they have drug charges, like them fines and fees and drug tax. So when I got out of prison, I kid you not, I had no clue about no drug tax or nothing like that. All I knew was I want to stay out of trouble and I ain't never want to go back to prison. Can I get an amen? And so whenever I got out, got a job, start doing good, I was going to the community college, going to AB Tech Community College, killing the game. Man, I'm talking about, I had a job and a half. So I had a job and I was also like selling shoes and stuff like that. So I had a little side hustle. And then I got my financial aid. So there were times whenever I would get like my financial aid return check where I would have a significant amount of money in the bank. I have I remember, I'll never forget, this time I had $2,000 in the bank, a little over $2,000 from like financial aid and stuff like that. And so just remember, I started this video because I pulled up over here to where I used to have to come and pay my drug tax. So I shot this video because I brought a returning citizen. He'd been out for a couple of months, brought him out here to his Voc Rehab appointment. We make sure that people utilize Voc Rehab because that is an amazing resource that is underutilized by the returning citizens. We are the ones bridging the gaps. You dig what I'm saying? Links, liaisons, intermediaries. Y'all know the community health worker definition. But anyway, so I had got out of prison. I'm going to take y'all back a little bit. And I was in school. I was working. Had a little money in my pocket. And I'll never forget, I was down in Hickory, North Carolina with my mom. I was taking her to a doctor's appointment. And I used to like taking her to a doctor's appointment, especially when I had money, because I used to like to take her out to eat, because we go to the doctor in Winston-Salem and stuff like that, you feel me? And so I go to look at my bed. Back then I was banking with Wells Fargo. That was before I was a state employees credit union kind of guy. But I was banking with Wells Fargo, and I went online on the app to check and see how much money I had, and it was all zeros across the board. Shocked me. Like, oh my God, somebody done gypped me. Somebody done got over on me. Somebody done finessed me. So I start calling the bank. Called the bank. Asked them, like, what's going on? Something happened with my bank. Somebody has went in my bank and emptied my bank account out. Something has went wrong. And so they went and checked. And they said, do you know agent so-and-so? I ain't even going to use the agent's name. But they said, agent so-and-so. And I was like, no. I was like, well, this happened with the IRS. I was like, are you serious? How they take my money? That was school money too. Like, they just took federal money. They just took my financial aid money, and what little money I had, I ain't got nothing. So I called around, and then they give me a number to call. So I finally contacted agent so-and-so. And I get on the phone with agent so-and-so. I say, hey, my bank account got empty. What happened? You can't take that money. Some of that money was my school money, yada, yada, yada. And agent so-and-so was like, well, there's nothing we can do about it. You should have made a payment plan. I was like, a payment plan for what? Like, why y'all take my money? I did my time. They said, well, you owe drug tax, and you hadn't set up a payment plan. You hadn't made any payments since you've been home from prison. So that's why they took everything out my bank account. I said, oh my gosh, I'm going off. And I was like, y'all against the brother. Y'all don't killing about people. Y'all want a nigga to be in the streets. I start going off then. You know what I'm saying? Almost to the old me. I was like, just going crazy. And when I slowed down, she was like, sir, I'm going to end the call now. Make sure you make a payment plan. This won't happen again. Click. That's the drug tax. So I'm shooting this video right now just to give y'all a little insight. Like, that drug tax ain't nothing to play with. Them fines and fees ain't nothing to play with. You got to be on top of that. So if you got somebody in your family that's coming home from the penitentiary and they was selling drugs, you know what I'm saying? They got drug charges. Make sure they find out and see if they owe money for drug tax or any fines or fees, because what you don't want to have happen is you get your life in order and start being a law-abiding citizen, doing everything that you're supposed to do, and then have somebody come and take all the money out your bank account. That was not, I'm telling you, that was not a pleasant feeling. Glory be to God for the recovery capital that I had at the time, and then my daddy in my life, and, you know, just all of the strong supports that I had, my sponsor, like people that I was able to vent to, because I was really, really upset, and it really, really hurt. And especially with me doing the right thing, you know, when you're doing the right thing and stuff like that happen to you, it make you feel some type of way. But if you have a family member that has drug charges or whatnot, they coming home from prison, make sure they be on top of that, because you don't want to get caught off guard. You know, when they come for their money, you dig what I'm saying? They gonna come for theirs. So you might as well be on the front end, make you a little payment plan. It ain't got to be no fat payment plan. It's got to be something that you can afford to pay. You know, because once I did set it up, I want to say I was paying anywhere from like $30 to $50 a month, because I wasn't really making no money like that then, and they couldn't count my financial aid money as income, you feel me? But they could take everything that I had in my bank account out whenever I wasn't making no payments. So just putting that out there, man, for the people. If you are a community health worker providing services for the returning citizens, you know, please be sure to advocate for your clients. And a part of that is knowing what's what when a person come home from prison as it relates to old fines and fees. My name is Change Agent Cooper. I'm not the answer, but I'm for damn sure the alternative.